he gave a ride to a woman and later discovered she had been dead for years.
So friends, if any of you are planning to visit the mountains of Uttarakhand or Himachal Pradesh anytime soon, especially on a motorcycle, and you're thinking about riding through the mountains at night, you might want to skip this video. Because today I am going to tell you about an incident that happened to a guy from Uttar Pradesh. An incident so disturbing that even I, someone who rides in the mountains frequently, would think 1,000 times before riding there after dark. You see, these mountains look breathtaking during the day, but at night, they transform into something else entirely. Something terrifying. People often say Himachal and Uttarakhand are the land of the gods. And maybe that's true, but if divine forces exist there, then other forces must exist too. Nature always maintains balance. But before I tell you what happened to Rajat, I want you to imagine something. Picture this. You grew up in a small village in northern India. That's your world. You've barely traveled outside nearby cities. And for the first time in your life, you finally get the chance to see the mountains of Himachal. You travel to Delhi, board a night bus, and begin a 10 to 12-hour journey to Shimla. When you leave the city, everything is crowded, loud, full of life. But as the bus moves forward, the plains slowly disappear. Mountains begin. Darkness falls. Passengers start getting off one by one. Soon only 10 or 12 people remain. It's late night. Dense forest on one side, a deep valley on the other. Then suddenly, the bus breaks down. Now imagine the same situation, except you're alone, on a motorcycle, no phone signal, no lights, and in the distance, a 7-foot-tall figure slowly walking towards you. What would you do? Something very similar happened to Rajat. Let me tell you a little background about him. Rajat worked for an MNC company in Bangalore. Originally, he was from Agra. During the lockdown period, his company allowed employees to work from home, so he returned to Agra. There was a girl on his team named Shreya. She was from a small hill town called Narration in Himachal Pradesh, about 30 miles from Shimla. She also went back home and started working remotely. Rajat and Shreya were good friends. Now Rajat loved motorcycles. Whenever he had free time, he would take his bike out and explore nearby places. One day while talking, they made a plan. I'll ride to Himachal, Rajat, then you have to show me around. Shreya agreed. And honestly, Rajat was excited. Meeting her was a big motivation. So he planned a week-long trip, packed his bags, loaded a camping tent, and left Agra for Shimla on his father's Royal Enfield Bullet. After 2 days of riding, he reached Shimla. He spent a couple of days exploring. Then on the 4th day, he decided to ride to Narkanda to meet Shreya. Now here, Rajat made his first mistake. He started late. By the time he checked out of his hotel, it was already afternoon. He thought the distance was only about 35 miles, so he'd easily reach before evening. But mountains don't work like highways. He kept stopping for photos, enjoying views, riding slowly. Around evening, he stopped at a roadside tea stall. The tea seller noticed his license plate from Uttar Pradesh and started chatting with him. Rajat showed him the map and asked if the route looked correct. The tea seller said, "Why take the long highway? I'll show you a shortcut. You'll reach an hour earlier." Rajat trusted him and left the main road. That decision changed everything. After about a mile, the paved road disappeared. Now it was just rough terrain. His speed dropped to barely 10 miles per hour. Darkness fell quickly. By 7:30 p.m., it was completely dark. That's when he saw her, about 300 feet ahead. A woman in a yellow sari, waving at him. He stopped. She asked for a ride to a nearby village. Rajat adjusted his luggage and let her sit behind him. But something felt strange. She didn't say a single word the entire time. After about 30 minutes, she tapped his shoulder.
her son, she said. She got off, smiled, and walked downhill towards what looked like a village path. Rajat thought nothing of it. He kept riding. Soon he realized the forest stretch ahead looked dangerous, so he decided to find somewhere to stay for the night. After some distance he spotted a large traditional mountain house with lights on. He knocked. An elderly man around 65 or 70 opened the door. Rajat explained his situation and asked if he could camp outside. The old man said warmly, "Why camp outside? I live alone. Stay inside. It's freezing at night." Rajat felt relieved. Before going in, he called Shreya and shared his live location. Inside, the old man heated dinner and they ate together. After dinner, Rajat walked up to wash his hands. That's when he saw it. A framed photograph on the wall, with a flower garland. The woman in the photo was the same woman he had just given a ride to. His hands started shaking. Cold sweat ran down his body. He turned slowly towards the old man. The old man was staring directly at him while eating. Rajat rushed to his room, locked the door and tried to calm himself. A few minutes later, knock knock. "Son, I brought you turmeric milk," the old man said. Rajat refused, but the old man insisted, voice getting heavier. When Rajat opened the door, the old man looked at him and said, "You met her back there, didn't you?" That was enough. Rajat pushed him and jumped from the balcony, running blindly into the darkness towards the forest. He hid behind a closed roadside stall. Then he saw something horrifying. The old man, approaching him, but not walking, sliding across the ground, and growing taller, much taller. Someone tapped Rajat's shoulder. He fainted instantly. When he woke up, he was inside a small village house with two men standing nearby. They said they had found him unconscious near the road while carrying firewood. Later, another terrifying moment happened when he thought he saw the same woman again bringing him herbal medicine. He fainted again. Finally, early morning, a pickup truck driver found him lying on the roadside with a head injury. The driver said something shocking. When they first saw him, there were 4 people around him, performing what looked like some kind of ritual. When the truck headlights hit them, they ran into the forest. Rajat was taken to a hospital. Shreya and her parents came and cared for him. A few days later, they visited the location he had shared. There was no house, only ruins. The village had told them, years ago, a woman died there in an accident. Travelers often claimed a woman would appear asking for help, then lead them towards a dangerous ravine. Several people had died. Rajat survived, purely by luck. After recovering, he shipped his motorcycle back home by truck. He never rode alone in the mountains again. So, if you ever plan to ride alone through mountain roads at night, remember this story. Some roads are better left unexplored.